Okay, here's the deal. A lot of you that watched the previous and also the video before that about JasmyCoin, around 80% of you are actually new viewers. And I want you to know, just because I said we're gonna have a big move up soon in JasmyCoin doesn't mean that I am right a lot. No, I'm only trying to get it right 6 out of 10 times. So I want you to understand that this may have been very well one of those times that I was wrong. It just happened to be one of the times that I was right. So please, I want you to understand, I'm not someone special. I'm just a very normal and average trader, and I will be wrong at some point. But for now, at least in JasmyCoin, seems like everything is going according to what we all expected. Now, in today's video, I want to check out this move up right in here and tell you why this is such a strong bullish sign in JasmyCoin that suggests probably this thing right in here is actually just the beginning, and our move up is going to continue most likely for quite some time. So with that said, hi everyone, welcome back. I hope you're having a great time with your family and loved ones. And first things first, I want you to control your emotions, okay? Because when I made the previous videos about JasmyCoin and I was telling you, look, there is a decent chance that we are actually having a bullish pattern in here, you were saying, bullish, it's dropping like a brick, you are clueless. And fair enough, sometimes I do get it wrong, but if you think that I am wrong, please give me a reason and tell me what are your thoughts on the chart so I can check out your scenario and see whether you are having a valid argument or not. Just because the price drop, maybe I think it was like 2 or 3%, doesn't mean that we're gonna go down forever. No, this is part of the trend. There is nothing to be worried about. And as you can see in here, after this small drop right in here, what did we get? Another big move on the upside. And let's just take this one and see how much was it. As you can see, we got about a 50% move up, which is fantastic. Now, just because we got this move up doesn't mean that we should be right now bullish. No, I do have some other arguments that suggest this is actually an extremely bullish sign. For example, if instead of this move, we would have got maybe something like this, a very slow and steady move on the upside, at that point, I was probably going to tell you, you know what, this is just a correction, and after it's over, we might get another move on the downside. The shape of this move to me is so important because, as you can see, this is a very fast move up, and more importantly, before that, even starting from here, we had a very slow move down. Let's just compare these moves to each other. From here to about this high, we had a 50% move up, as you can see, in about 60 candlesticks. On the other hand, this slow and small move down happened in about 250 candlesticks. And this suggests, to me at least, that, you know what, for now, bulls do actually have the upper hand and bears are not that strong. And that's why I believe there is a decent chance that we might soon continue our move on the upside. Now, in terms of the structures, how are we looking? The answer, as I'm sure a lot of you know it by now, is extremely bullish. Let's just go around here. Okay, you see, in terms of Elliott waves, if you want to argue, for example, we're gonna have our final bottom somewhere around this area. Maybe this is like a very important support. Then okay, you need to be able to find off of the lowest low a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave up. This specific example is a normal 5 wave. The rules for it are, we shouldn't have overlapping of the waves between wave 2 and 4, and in any kind of impulsive movement, wave 3 right in here should not be the smallest wave. This is a big no-no in Elliott waves, and for sub waves, we need to have 5 wave up into wave 1, 3, and 5. Let's just draw the waves in here. Excuse me. There we go. And for wave 2 and 4, we can have different scenarios. Doesn't really matter. Let's say, show ABC into 4 and a WXY structure into wave 2. Understood? Okay, let's go on the live chart and count some waves. So if you remember, the moment that we got this move up, I was saying, you know what, in JasmyCoin, because this looks a lot like a 5 wave impulsive structure, we can actually be bullish and say there's a good chance the bottom is in. Followed by that, in my opinion, overall, we are having a correction in here. And I think in the previous video, I told you maybe this is going to be an ABC flat, followed by that a correction up. And from this high, we can have another ABC down. And I think I said you know what, maybe in the short term, we are going to get another move down in order to take this low. But then after it, we expect another move on the upside because again, this is just a correction. And this thing right in here didn't actually play out. So as you can see, I am actually wrong sometimes, but my general scenario in here is still going to remain the same. I still believe that this is an ABC down into our wave buy, but we're gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave down to about here into a correction for B and another very small move down to around the lowest low into our ceiling. Now, on a higher degree, this is why I am so optimistic on JasmyCoin. We are having most likely from the lowest low in here, 5 wave up into a wave 1. This whole move down is just a correction for wave 2, and we are expecting this move on the upside to continue for quite a bit in order to have the sub waves for this wave 3, and then we want to see a correction down for 4, and after it, another move on the upside into wave 5. Now, you might say, well, okay, why in the short term we got a rejection around these prices? Well, that's because of classic technical analysis, meaning support and resistances. And as you can see, we are having in here two very important resistance area. One is going to be right in here. And as you can see, we went above it in this move in quite a sharp way, which is a fantastic sign. And followed by that, we can expect some sort of a pullback. And then what we want to see in order to be confident about this bullish trend is a continuation of the move up in order to take this high right in here. At that point, we're going to have the next important area ahead of us. And here's a very important point. If in JasmyCoin, we also get a move up and go above this region, do a pullback and then a continuation of the move in order to take this high, meaning if we also get a break of this region, I think the next target is going to be actually taking the highest high in this area around 4.5 cents. Why is that? Because above this region, I just don't see a whole lot of strong resistances. That's why I want to argue the real show in JasmyCoin most likely is going to start after we get a break of this area. And I think soon we are actually going to get that. And in terms of the sub waves in the short term, let's go back on 30-minute chart. Here is the situation. I think we can have different possibilities in here, but according to, believe it or not, the least optimistic scenario, we can say, look, this is wave 1 and then correction for wave 2. This huge move up, which is quite strong, is actually into this wave 3. So it makes sense for us to have some sort of a correction between these two regions, which is going to be into wave 4. And after it, well, we can expect another big move up into wave 5. So as you can see, in the short term, we do actually expect another decent move on the upside in JasmyCoin, maybe from this area around 2.5 cents, another 30% move on the upside. Now you might say, well, okay, why am I bullish on JasmyCoin? In terms of fundamentals, there are much better coins, and I do fully agree with you. The reason that I'm bullish in JasmyCoin is just because of its technical analysis and specifically its structure according to Elliott waves. I don't think that this is necessarily the best choice for the long term. No, I definitely believe there are better coins, but this doesn't mean that in the short term we're not going to have big moves on the upside. I think we can definitely have it. And if you disagree with me, and also you have been around in the previous bull run, well, there's a crypto named Dogecoin, which I swear to God, it was one of the most hated coins in the crypto market from traditional investors like me. But what happened? As you can see, we are in Doge still within the top 10 with the price of 43 cents. And I remember specifically in the previous bull run, people were calling $1 Doge. And I was thinking, well, okay, this doesn't really seem likely. But now in this cycle, people are actually considering $1 as maybe even the first target for Doge, which I think it might actually happen. So you see, there are a lot of coins that completely defy traditional investors' beliefs in this market. And part of the reason that they had big moves on the upside, in my opinion, was actually because of their charts. That's why I want to argue JasmyCoin can actually be a good pick. Again, just in terms of how great its structures look like. So let's have our final conclusion and wrap up today's video. In JasmyCoin, in the last couple of days, we got a big move up, which was exactly what we expected. And here's the deal. I think we can actually do some more consolidating in here, but after it, I'm actually expecting another big move on the upside in order to hopefully get a solid break of this very important resistance area. When we do it, at that point, you are going to see the real show begins in Jasmy, because above here we're not actually having a whole lot of strong resistances, and chances are if we break this thing, the next target is going to be taking the highest high in this region around 4.5 cents. And I think we may not stop there. No, I believe we might actually go quite a bit more higher than that. So overall, we are looking fantastic in JasmyCoin, and the fact that we got this move up in the short term can be, in my opinion, another very important bullish confirmation that suggests we are going to have a big move up in the next couple of months. And I hope I explained everything well and you understood what is going on in JasmyCoin's chart. Anyway, if you found any value in my content, I would really appreciate if you like this video and consider subscribing to my channel and follow me on Twitter. And if you want more, maybe you want a complete analysis for your own specific crypto, or maybe you want to learn some decent TA in order to be able to make good money in the markets, you can become a member and ask me anything you want. And until the next video, I hope you have a wonderful time with your family and loved ones. Goodbye.